Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent, and if you do enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, so very interesting what is going on at the moment. We've got some key dates that we need to talk about, the implication and the different scenarios of what can happen, especially December 8th, which for Australia, by the time the news comes out, will be December 9. But we are just around the corner, and it's very important to talk about all those things. Now, from what happened yesterday, Ripple has been offered a new chance to argue for SEC documents on XRP, ETH, BTC. Now, this is like, what? Like, how is this even still the case? Like, the judge has asked twice for the SEC to hand over the documents. How are we still here? What, like, I'm not understanding. Like, how are they still holding on to those documents when they've been requested again and again and again? So the SEC has claimed its internal documents, which include the agency discussions over the nature of XRP and ETH, are protected by DPP, Deliberative Process Privilege. Now, the magistrates, Sarah Nedburn, has ordered both parties in the SEC vs. Ripple also to review and supplement their arguments, which happens December 8th as well. So there's a lot of things happening December 8th. It's all tied up together, and it's going to be very interesting. But what do you think about this, right? I mean, they sure are fighting for dear life to hold on to these. Now, the SEC documents may support Ripple's fair notice defense. I mean, why else hold on to them so dearly? I mean, they are really pushing the boundaries of, I mean, it's incredible, like how hard they're fighting for those documents to not be handed over. So let's see what happens, right? I think the documents are critical. I wouldn't fight to keep the documents away from Ripple this hard if they didn't have something really positive for Ripple to be in there. So time will tell, but let me know what you think in the comments about that. Now, December 8th isn't just a big date for SEC versus Ripple, which it is, but also it's the Digital Assets and the Future of Finance meeting. Now, this is happening Wednesday, December 8th, 10 a.m. This is massive. And not just for XRP, but for the entire industry. Now, there are theories and comments and all this stuff happening right now, right? I mean, there are people saying the market has dropped because the whales know that the market is going to drop even more. There are people that suggest the opposite. They say this was the final dip before we skyrocket. But this meeting is massive for the entire industry. It is not XRP related. This is everybody. So the House Committee announces crypto CEOs will testify at the December 8th hearing on digital assets. There's a lot of people are involved in this particular meeting. Now, to give you a list, right? So executives from 6 cryptocurrency companies are set to testify. Witnesses will include the CEO Jeremy Alia, all these different CEOs that are CEO of Stellar will be there. The hearing comes as lawmakers, regulators, and company forge how to best regulate the crypto space. Again, I cannot emphasize enough. This will be a big date. Now, which way is it going to go? Personally, and again, I say this word very carefully. Personally, my personal opinion is that the news that comes out of this is positive for the industry, and the industry goes on a massive bull cycle from here. However, I've read, listened, and watched a lot of things today that could also suggest the opposite, that the news will come out, the headlines will come out of this negative, drive the price action down, but really it's just all fuss. It's not like long term, it's being blown out of proportion, right, by the media, price tank, and then the whole industry recovers. Which side of the coin are you at? I think they dropped the prices and they went really, really low on everything, because what comes out of this is positive, and then the industry flies. That has been my interpretation, but I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say from your perspective. Now, Ripple, SEC back in the ring due to a Court of Appeals decision. So this is what's happening on December 8th. And this is important. So in light of the decision, by December 8th, the parties shall simultaneously file letter briefs no longer than 3 pages to supplement their arguments. So this is going to be big. Who's going to come out on top? Who does it favor more? How is this going to impact what happens in January? We don't have to wait very long. It's just around the corner. Now, Flokiverse kicks off XRP Metaverse offering with 25,000 trust lines. So very, very interesting. Again, on the XRPL network, and do check it out, right? I mean, I know some of you are really getting into this, and it's taken off really, really well. It's had 9,000 wallets go on at very quickly. So it is moving very, very fast, and it's very, very exciting to see the XRPL adoption taking place, and it's certainly been very, very interesting the last couple of months. So do check it out. I haven't properly checked it out yet, but how to set up trust lines, the white paper. As always, do your due diligence. Do not skip. Do not cut any corners when it comes to that. Now, XRP price embarks on a 30% upswing as Ripple bulls make a comeback. Of course, we're going to talk about that. At the time of making this, we're sitting at 83 cents. 8% up for the day. We were 8% down yesterday. We're 8% up today. We're sort of sitting in this bubble, and the bubble hasn't, it's not given us any indication yet that we're out of this. Far from it. I don't think we're going to see any major moves until this December 8th stuff is done, taken care of, and we get a clear direction of where we're going with the market. Again, personal opinion. But the bulls look like they, increasing momentum and looking to have a rebound towards the $1. And I agree. I think, that we are certainly heading towards that. Now, what are there, right? So there's more. So obviously December 6th has come and gone. We've got now December 8th, which is very, very important. And so these are some of the key dates that we've got. And then we've got January. So keep in mind that there's a lot of stuff happening. And we just have to stay up to date, especially December 8th and what goes on there. And not to mention, next year is going to be a very, very big year for ISO 20022, the implementation. And this is the timeline that has been given around what the implementation looks like. It's not going to be straight away, right? There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen over the course of multiple years, but it is exciting, right? And if you hold coins which are involved with ISO 20022, it's going to be very, very fascinating to watch the mass adoption of this method. Now, let's jump into a tiny. Let's have a look at some indicators. Now, as we begin to look at the moment from an indicator perspective, we're looking on the daily. You can see that the daily has finally come back inside the Bollinger Band. This was outside of the Bollinger Band yesterday. RSI has just come back into the, just on the oversold. I mean, it's still low. I mean, 83 cents. I mean, we were at $1.10 just a few days ago, before obviously everything that's unfolded. So it is very interesting at the moment, 8.40% up, pretty much where we were 2 days ago. So we went up 8, down 8, now we're back up 8, and we're sort of sitting in this window right now. And I don't think we're going to be moving much from here. I think until December 8th, until all that news comes out, that's when we're really, really going to start to see either massive moves down again, or we're going to see the whole market pick up very, very strongly. So what do you do? Of course, as a holder, you simply hold, right? I mean, we're here for the long haul. We've got some targets that we want to reach. If you're looking to purchase and you're just about to get into the market, not just for XRP, but for any of them, trade cautiously. That's all I can say, because no one can tell you on December 8th whether it's going to be positive or negative. Could be negative, it could also be positive. And there are people arguing both sides. So the best thing to do when that happens is no move. Wait and then get in, because at least then you're sure. Because if you get in now and then the price drops, you'll kick yourself. I know that if the news is positive, the price will spike, and it will spike very quickly, but you would rather do that than lose, 20% just because you were impatient to wait. But obviously, the only person that can make that decision for you is you. You do have to do the right thing by you. So if you feel like you want to get in and you like the price at 83 cents, by all means. On the 4 hour, we can see where we are right now. The 4 hour has turned into bullish, but again, trade cautiously, because we are only 7.8%, 8% up at the time of making this. But it is back inside the Bollinger Band. The 12 hour isn't bullish yet. It's getting closer and closer, but the daily is still very, very far from it. So I personally, from these indicators, I don't expect much to occur over the coming days until we get that final December 8th decision. Now, again, December 8th, 10 a.m. in the morning is when it happens, which in Australia, obviously, we're going to find out towards the night, potentially early morning is really when we find out. So trade cautiously, be mindful of that. But let's have a look at some drawings. Where we want to go, of course, is we want to first get back into the dollar, go into the $1.10, and then from there we want to go above $1.30 and consolidate above $1.30. That has not changed. We never got there. We got close, but we never got there. So that is really what we are particularly looking for. From a long point of view, like once the bull run for XRP truly kicks off, it is going to be explosive. It is going to be fast and furious. There will be a period where it does break previous all-time high. It goes towards $4.80 to $6 depending on the FOMO. It will trade sideways for a lot. It will catch a lot of people out, because there'll be a lot of people saying, "Oh, there you go. You guys waited all this time for just an 80 cents increase." And then it'll kick off again. And then when it does kick off again, it'll go into double digits. And those double digits are looking very, very, very nice. We're talking about, into the 14s, 16s, and then into the 20s and beyond. It's going to be brilliant. Now, fast forward, there's been a lot of talk about this channel and, at the end of this channel being $320. Please, please, please keep in mind that for a coin like this to get to those levels, it is going to take a very, 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 very long time. And with that come a lot of uncertainties, right? I mean, who's to say in 2-3 years time something else comes out that's better, faster, quicker, right? Nobody can predict that. Just ask the people that used to have a Nokia 3310 and then an Apple phone came out and wiped everyone out. So that's the thing about longevity and holding things for a very, very, very long period of time. Like I said, 14 to 16, very, very achievable throughout this period. Getting into the 20s, getting into the 40s is not out of the question. But when we talk about triple digits, I don't see it. I don't see it throughout this run. And I gotta be transparent with you on that. And we will go over, some key marks and some key points around when do we sell, how much, and how I'm going to play that. I will definitely be bringing you that because it is very important to you guys. I know that you guys have been requesting it for a long time around how that works, but it is very, very fascinating. December 8th is just around the corner. Which way is it going to go? Is it going to go pro crypto, against crypto? Only time will tell, and time we do have. If you learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.